Welcome to La Jefa Experience, the place where moms in any stage of motherhood come to get tools, tips, and support to thrive as the CEO of their life and family. Hello, Jefas all over the world. Welcome to La Jefa Experience. I am your host, ROCIO Cisco, and I am super honored to be here in this second season of La Jefa Experience, where we guide and support and empower moms all over the world to be their best version of themselves, to be badass, powerful, resilient, and live life on their terms. I am in a very, very special place in my life lately, mamas and anybody listening, where I am uncovering so much about myself and discovering who I am and who I really want to be in this world and how I want to show up in this world. So first and foremost, I'm going to give you guys an update on what I have been working on and what I have not been working on. So for about 2.5, 3 months now, I have been really focusing my attention at home. I ran into the inevitable of going and working on too much on one side of my life that all the other sides were being affected. And I believe I had mentioned this before in the last season, and that was why I was taking a break from social media. So I definitely did do that. I recently just started getting back on there and posting, really only when I feel inspired to, because I didn't want to put pressure on myself, and unfortunately I dove, not unfortunately, I'm going to take that back. Fortunately, I dove deep towards the business side of my life, where I was setting unrealistic deadlines and I was just taking on too much that I could handle for being a mom, being a wife, and trying to do all the things, right? So the way I see it is, I am experiencing exactly what I'm supposed to be experiencing in this journey of harmonizing my life, in that the harmonizing the things that I tell you guys are possible to harmonize, right? So this is a beautiful thing for me. It's a beautiful thing for the people that follow me and that really do listen to this podcast and take this stuff to heart, because you know what? It's not a fluke and it is not BS. It's the real deal. You're getting the real freaking deal here. Okay. So I ended up putting all this pressure on myself, and I started to not be present for my family. I started to let go of things that needed to be done in the household. And well, the last 2.5, 3 months, I let go of the business stuff, and really started just taking care of myself and taking care of my space to make room for the prosperity and the abundance that I know is mine and divinely mine, that I am meant for, right? So that's what I have been focusing on. And with that, I have been working on optimizing my home life so that I can eliminate decision making and um, find time to do things that I love to do, like the podcast, like my Chingona challenges, like some other projects that I've already have so much uh, planned on, right? So yeah, and being creative and getting into my body and doing the things that I enjoy doing without there being any pressure. Um, it is embedded in me to have a goal and then just completely like divulge myself into that goal, and sometimes at the expense of myself, and sometimes also to trying to force things. And I recognize that my strength is when I don't force things. My strength is accepting and going with the flow and being able to flow. um and just being down for whatever. Okay, this didn't turn out this way, then let's go the other way. So just that I understand, and what I mean by I understand is I've done a lot of research and I've taken a lot of tests, and I really do understand myself to the point where I know that is a weakness of mine that scares me. Yet when I do give into it, that is my strength of ebbing and flowing. So I've realized that I've taken tests uh, mm, the personality test. I've done the Enneagram. I've done human design. I have done um, gene keys. I mean, all the things. I'm sure there's so many more out there that I haven't done yet. I've done a lot. Okay. So I know my strengths and my weaknesses, and that is one of them. So, I realized with a lot of awareness and truthfully support from the people around me, I realized that I was forcing something. And that's why I wasn't getting results that I wanted. So I needed to take a step back. And that's what I did. I took a step back and I stopped posting on social media. I stopped doing all the things that, all of the how to grow your social media account experts tell you to. I listening to all of that, and I just started to just bring it in and listen to myself and what I needed. And that is what brings me here today is, just uh taking ownership, taking ownership for where I was and what I was doing and the results that I was getting, because it was all on me. I did it all. Nobody else was causing lack of anything or things not working out the way that I expected them to. It wasn't anybody's fault. It's on me. And I'm not even using the word fault to take the power back and ownership back of the situation, because I'm not going to shame myself for it. Um, my failures are my lessons, and this is a beautiful lesson for me. And it is I am human. I've mentioned this before. I'm not perfect, nor do I will I ever state to be or claim to be. And this is a beautiful lesson for me, because now I'm like, okay, where can I optimize? What am I wasting my time on where I could be using it more strategically and efficiently somewhere else? So I have been diving into that with the help of my husband. I have been optimizing my household um, uh, flow, if you will, when it comes to chores, buying things for the house, paying. I mean, they're everything. There is a process, and I'm creating processes for everything so that I can have more time, so I can set my future self up to be able to be present and not have to be find myself posting things at the last minute, maybe right before dinner, and I'm on the phone, and my husband's cooking, and my child is craving my attention, and I'm sitting here like losing my shit because I didn't get to post what I wanted to post. Or what was one of the other situations? Or working on the weekend when I could be, spending time with my family on a beautiful Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that is definitely what I have been working on, and I want to optimize that, and I want to streamline and create some processes there, because believe it or not, moms, I'm going to tell you this: there is a way of doing it. There is a way of doing it, and there is a way of doing it so well that you don't have to think twice about silly little things. And I'm going to share with you guys some things. This is just pretty much an update show and letting you know what I've been working on. And I will be putting it more out there in regards to some of the processes that I've been creating. Ladies, and please comment, hit me up, let me know how you feel about this. But I realized that I was taking so many unnecessary trips to the store that really didn't need to be there. And when you are going to the store with a toddler, you all know how stressful and how challenging that could be. How challenging that could be, from getting them into a car seat to getting them into a cart to getting in and out of the store. It's not easy. So I have been wasting a lot of time there. One. Two, I like stocking, just a simple thing like stocking my home with what it needs and what I need, to function and complete my tasks around the house. I haven't been doing a good job at that either, because what I have been doing is getting things in as I need them and buying things as I need them versus stocking up and having extra of things so that I don't have to run to the store, or I don't have to put off doing something that I need to do today, or that I have planned, not need to, let me change that. I have planned to do today, to putting it off because I don't have the tools that I need. So that was another area that I was falling short on. Um, what's another thing that I've been working on? Where I get my supplies at. I I just tend to kind of default on Target for everything. Well, that's not really the best place to get everything necessarily. So I started researching and finding where I could save in getting my supplies, as long as I get them on time and I get them ahead of time so that I can be prepared, ladies. Prepared, 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 mamas. I cannot stress enough how much preparation can just make our day flow much better, eliminate the friction from our day. Angelo used to say that so much to me, and I never got it. And now I get it. I freaking get it. Right. And this goes hand in hand with what I say on the show about being the boss of your home. And what I was not doing was I wasn't seeing my running my home as a job, right? Because instantly when I say that phrase and when I say that statement, it feels yucky. It feels like, ugh, right? To me. Yet, it doesn't have to be that way. I can have processes and things in place to make my tasks at home flow in a better way, in a better fashion. And that's what I have been working on. And when I tell you that it has made a difference in my life, it has made a difference in my life. And that is what I have been in the process of and working towards is is creating processes at home, creating processes in the business so that I can flow everywhere else. And so that when things don't go as planned, I know and am confident that I can bounce back as resilient as ever. And I have the ability to overcome any obstacle that comes in my way along my journey, because all of this perpetuates into a cycle, ladies. When we're all over the place, I feel like I believe society puts this stigma on moms of just, and I've said this before, I'm a hot mess, of moms being a hot mess all the time, right? And we start falling into that role of being this hot mess mama and start making it okay for us to just be a hot mess all the fucking time. And it doesn't need to be that way. You could be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. You're the one that is signing up for that role. That's the role that I was signing up for, being this hot mess mama that didn't have her shit in place. And that is not the way that I want to live. I don't want to feel chaotic. I don't want to live in chaos. I don't want chaos to be my norm. I want to live in peace. I want to live in peace. I want to trust myself. I want to be able to make sound decisions. I want to be able to regulate my nervous system. And those are all things that are important to me. Okay? So that is what I'm working towards, and that is what I hope that most of you guys are working towards. because who wants to live in a chaotic world? There's enough chaos going on out there. We don't need chaos back at home. We don't need to over traumatize. You don't need to create your own drama. There's enough drama out in the world. Okay. Trust me. If you don't believe me, turn on the freaking news and watch it for 5 minutes. You will understand. By the way, signing on to my Yahoo has been so so scary because every time I sign on, their homepage brings me all of today's news, and sometimes I read the titles and I'm like, what the is going on here? I get out of it right away. I don't need that. I don't need to know what's going on in the littlest town in the whole freaking world, that the worst possible thing that could have ever, I don't need to. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't need to know that. I need to know what's going on in the absolute close proximity of where I live, where my family lives, and for the most part, have a good idea of what's going on in the United States and the rest of the world. Um, but yeah, there's just too much out there. It's too much. It's too much. I will decide what I need to and what I don't need to take in for me and my mental health and my emotional health and all of my health. Um, and you know what? Some people may agree with that and some people not, and that may not, and that's okay too. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and I've been working on building my confidence back up, ladies, because in all honesty, and to be completely vulnerable with you, I have not been feeling the most confident the last couple of weeks and months, and that doesn't feel good to me. It doesn't sit well with me. So I recognize that, and I start making shifts, and I start doing things to correct that, because I know how I want to feel, and that's not how I want to feel. It's that's a value of mine. The confidence and trusting myself is I value that. Um, so that those are the changes that I've been making, and my goal and my intention for season 2 is to be as unapologetic as ever in sharing that with you, in being vulnerable with you, and honestly, uh, being in integrity with who I am, regardless of the views and the likes and all of the other shit that's out there. Because I've noticed that I have been looking at this project in not very fulfilling way, right? When we seek the dopamine of the likes and the shares and all that, it just takes away from why we initially start doing what we do. And yeah, I just had I realized that authenticity is really the intention that I want to set for this season too. And not that I haven't been honest, trust me, I've been very honest with you guys, or authentic. Yet in the back of my mind, in the back of my head, I realized that I did have, what are they going to say? And you know what? I am. That's not how I want to live. So you're getting the absolute real. You're getting the absolute realness, the real here, through my heart, from the bottom of my soul and into the world. Um, that's the only way that I'm really going to make. That's the only way that I'm going to make change. That's the only way that I'm going to serve, is by being just who the I am, and who I know I am, regardless of what anybody says or feels um, or thinks about me. And even in today's day and age of cancel culture, right? It's just, all of this is so interesting to me. The world that we're living in right now, the people around us, the way people are feeling and thinking, and what they're saying, and how they're acting is all very, very interesting to me. And I hope and pray that the authenticity that I present to you guys here um, will give you guys the empowerment that you need to be authentic and unique and unapologetic in your lives as well. Because I'm fully aware that if I resonate with you, you're going to support, follow, subscribe, like, whatever the case may be. And if I don't, then you have the right and you have the power to not follow me, to not listen, and to not like anything that I do. And that's okay too. Okay. We, uh, we must normalize the fact that we are all different people. We are all going to have different likes, and we are all going to live different lives. And we must respect that. No judgment, no frustration or anger, just compassion for one another and love for one another. And that is my intention for season 2. A lot of compassion, a lot of love, a lot of realness. Like I said, through my heart and from the bottom of my soul. That's what you guys are going to get, what are going to continue to get from me in season 2. So I hope you follow along. I hope you are ready for the ride. And once again, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, follow, and share the podcast with another mama that would benefit from the message. I'd also love for you to leave a review and let me know if there's anything in particular that you'd love to hear about on La Jefa experience. As always, Jefa, you are worthy. You are resilient. You are strong, and you already have the power to stress less, love more, and be unstoppable. Show your family and the rest of the world, the rest of the universe, how it is done, because we are the ones that show them that they can do it too. When we do it, they have no excuses. Go get them. Ciao, mama. See you guys next week.